So here is the introduction of Python programming. First we see the introduction, data, expressions, statements. Introduction to Python and installation. Data type, int, float, boolean, string and list variables. Expressions, statement, precedence of operators, comments, modules, functions and its use, flow of execution, parameters and arguments. So first see introduction to Python and installation. Python is a widely used general purpose high level programming language. It was initially designed by Guido van Rossum in 1991 and developed by Python Software Foundation. Was mainly developed for emphasis on code readability, and its syntax allows programmers to express concepts in fewer lines of code. Python is a programming language that lets you work quickly and integrate systems more efficiently. There are two major Python versions, Python 2 and Python 3. On 16 October 2000, Python 2.0 was released with many new features. On 3rd December 2000, Python 3.0 was released with more testing and includes new features. So beginning with Python programming. First, finding an interpreter. Before we start Python programming, we need to have an interpreter to interpret and run our programs. There are certain online interpreters like https://ide.geeks4geeks.org/ and next one is http://ide1.com/ or http://codepad.org/ that can be used to start Python without installing an interpreter. We know there are many interpreters available freely to run Python scripts like idle integrated development environment, which is installed when you install the Python software from http://python.org/download/. Writing first program. Has scripts begins. Statement 1. Statement 2, statement 3 has a script ends. Difference between a scripting language and a programming language. A scripting language. A programming language that supports scripts, programs written for a special runtime environment that automate the execution of tasks. Programming language, a formal language which comprises a set of instructions used to produce various kinds of output. A scripting language, execution speed is slow. Programming language, compiler-based languages are executed much faster, while interpreter-based languages are executed slower. A scripting language can be divided into client-side scripting language and server-side scripting language. Programming language can be divided into high-level, low-level language, or compiler-based or interpreter-based language. A scripting language easier to learn. Programming language not an easy to learn. Scripting language example JavaScript, Perl, PHP, Python and Ruby. Programming language example C, C++ and assembly. Scripting language mostly used for web development. Programming language used to develop various applications such as desktop, web, mobile, etc. Why to use Python? The following are the primary factors to use Python in day-to-day life. First, Python is object-oriented. Structure supports such concepts as polymorphism, operation overloading, and multiple inheritance. Indentation. Indentation is one of the greatest features in Python. third one, it is free, open source. Like downloading Python and installing Python is free and easy. It is powerful. Fourth, dynamic typing, built-in types and tools, library utilities, third-party utility, example numeric, numpy, scipy. Automatic memory management. Fifth, it is portable. Python runs virtually every major platform used today. As long as you have a compatible Python interpreter installed, Python programs will run in exactly the same manner, irrespective of platform. It is easy to use and learn. No intermediate compile. Python programs are compiled automatically to an intermediate form called bytecode, which the interpreter then reads. This gives Python the development speed of an interpreter without the performance loss inherent in purely interpreted language. Structure and syntax are pretty intuitive and easy to grasp. 7. Interpreted language. Python is processed at runtime by Python interpreter. 8. Interactive programming language. Users can interact with the Python interpreter directly for writing the programs. 9. A straightforward syntax. The formation of Python syntax is simple and straightforward, which also makes it popular. Now installation. So here is the installation. How can we install the Python? There are many interpreters available free to run Python script like IDLE, Integrated Development Environment, which is installed when you install the Python software from http://python.org/download/. Now a step to followed and remembered. Step 1. Select version of Python to install. Step 2. Download Python executable installer. Step 3. Run executable installer. Step 4. Verify Python was installed on Windows. So here you see the step 5. Verify pip was installed. Step 6. Add Python path to environment variables, optional. So Python 3.8.0 64-bit setup. Install Python 3.8.0 64-bit. Select install. Now to install Python was with default setting, or choose customize to enable or disable features. Install now. c/user/app/data/local/program/python/python 38. Include idle, pip and documentation, create shortcut and file association, customize installation, choose location and features. Python for Windows. Install launcher for all users, recommended. Next, cancel. Add Python 3.8 to path. Working with Python. Python code execution. Python's traditional runtime execution model. Source code you type is translated to bytecode, which is then run by Python virtual machine (PVM). Python virtual machine (PVM). Your code is automatically compiled, but then it is interpreted. As a source m.py, bytecode m.py, runtime PVM, Python virtual machine. Source code extension is .py. Bytecode extension is .pyc. PYC compiled Python code. There are two modes for using the Python interpreter: interactive mode and script mode.